So the next product ideation strategy I wanted to go into is a number of external trend tracking strategies that can be used to identify product ideas. Similar to the customer journey, external trend traffic doesn't even involve looking at Amazon at all yet. While we'll get into that later with different idea strategies, some of the most profound and impactful strategies you can use to identify products are things that don't even reference Amazon at all. You're looking for ideas, for strategies, for things that your customer archetype is seeking out, and then simply using Amazon as a backdrop just to see if the data is right for it to be effective on Amazon. But external trend tracking is usually the tip of the spear with innovative things that are happening within a particular niche or within a particular customer archetype that you can tap into, understand, and use for your own product development and differentiation strategies. So the purpose of this video is to understand the tools and strategies that you can use to source non-Amazon trend ideas. And the first strategy we're going to look at is Pinterest. So let's head over to my computer. So I've just logged into my personal Pinterest account, and I think one of the interesting things about Pinterest is that you assume it's just things like home goods. And while it absolutely can be used for home goods and a lot of those niches, it can really be used for anything, even those passion and or pain niches. So let's just use a golf example. I'll give you guys kind of an idea on what this might look like. So if I just type in golf here, boom, and I'll literally just kind of go through these and see anything that catches my eye. This one's kind of interesting. It's a promoted tweet, but I have not seen this particular golf training aid before. So that might be one worth kind of going into. It digs into the ground and then you can kind of whack it. Could be interesting. Obviously in the customer journey, we've also discovered some training tool stuff. So that's one I would definitely include in the mix. And then if you just kind of go down here, there's all kinds of different stuff. There's a dude putting on the bathroom. This is an interesting one that we haven't seen before. Obviously I've seen some chip nets on the golf section of Amazon, but none that have those different kind of tiers. So this is one I'd probably add to the list. Let's find one more just for fun. Okay, this is interesting. A laser pointer for the golf putter just to kind of, for training and alignment. Again, I haven't seen that anywhere else. Could be an interesting one that I would add to the list. So long story short, Pinterest has a whack load of ideas. If you spent an hour or so here digging through your particular niche, digging through your customer archetype, you're going to find a number of ideas that you wouldn't have otherwise thought of, and in most cases wouldn't have otherwise seen on Amazon, at least in the differentiated form that they exist on Pinterest. The next tool we're going to look at is actually Etsy. And again, similar to Pinterest, you don't necessarily think of Etsy as a place to go for a lot of niches on Amazon. But literally, if you've got a customer archetype, I can almost guarantee there's products that they're being served on the Etsy platform. So let's head over to Etsy and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are on Etsy. I've done a recent golf search so you can kind of see some recent stuff on here, but let's just go ahead and do it again. If I check on golf, and we're going to hopefully find some unique ideas here. Again, similar to Pinterest, you just literally want to kind of scroll down. There's an interesting golfing journal, which is interesting. This is kind of cool. I have not seen this on anything in the Amazon space yet, but these are like canvas, wax canvas covers for your clubs. Again, a lot of people are searching for club covers on Amazon. There's nothing that looks quite like this. I would definitely add this to the list. I think it's pretty interesting. See if we find any other ones. This is kind of interesting. I have not seen this before either. So it's a divot tool, which you need to kind of fix greens when you land the ball on a golf green. And it's part of, I think, our customer journey kind of ideas that we came up with for this particular niche. But this one opens up and is a cigar holder, and a lot of people are smoking stogies when they're out on the course with their buddies. So that could be a pretty interesting, unique kind of take on the divot thing. I would add that to the list. Again, similar to Pinterest, I would spend an hour or so here on Etsy, kind of diving into all of the different product ideas that may exist, throwing them into our tracker, and using those later to see if they make sense for Amazon. The next one is going to be Instagram, and you can find a ton of inspiration on Instagram, both through the ads and the existing brands that are in your particular niche, but a lot of hashtags will identify ideas for products and or ideas for other brands in your niche that you can kind of look at and evaluate their products and their strategies. Most of the stuff that happens on Instagram is independent of what you would see on Amazon. So that's why I like it, right? It's its own ecosystem. Usually there's a lot more innovation in terms of products and product differentiation when you see ideas through hashtags or brands on the Instagram platform. So let's see what this looks like for golf. So here I am on my Heist Labs Instagram account. Follow me if you haven't already. And I'm just going to literally type in golf products here. I usually just kind of go niche and then products as a good starting point. You may have additional ideas that you've kind of drummed up for hashtags, but that's kind of a good starting point. So let's kind of go through here and just literally start hitting these things up. This one's interesting in the sense that there's a lot of golf gloves being sold on Amazon, but I've never seen that like cool vintage leather kind of look. So anyway, add that one to the list. Just kind of scroll down and see what we see here. Okay, this one's kind of cool too. Again, another divot tool, but super unique. You need a pencil to mark your score when you're on a golf course. So this one actually has a pencil sharpener, as well as you can kind of put your own tee in there. Interesting. Throw that one on the list. Okay, this is pretty cool. It's actually a cooler that attaches to your golf cart and kind of keeps your beers or whatever beverage of choice you like to drink on the golf course cold. That's one I definitely kind of add to the list and do a little bit more looking at. So again, I look at this for an hour or so, kind of try to identify a couple dozen, maybe even ideas from Instagram. So similar to Instagram, the next one that we're going to look at is TikTok. And you may think of TikTok as a teen millennial platform that really doesn't have anything to do with e-commerce. But I'll tell you what, where unique products are happening across niches, they're being shown on the TikTok platform. The innovation of video and that really kind of attention-grabbing product innovation is really good for generating ideas for your own Amazon brand. And the cool thing about TikTok is it usually is the tip of the spear in terms of ideas before they would ever hit Amazon. So you can tap into existing demand for existing product types that are on the Amazon marketplace, but you can bring new innovations, new ideas, new product development efforts to tackle those particular product ideas using ideas from places like TikTok. So let's see what this looks like going into TikTok. So similar to Instagram, I usually start out by taking kind of the niche and then adding products to it. So in this case, golf products. And then I just start scanning for eye-catching things that are interesting. And right off the bat, we have one here. Let's just see this. So there's a lot of towels on Amazon to clean your clubs and stuff. It's pretty common, but this one has like a cool magnet kind of thing on it. So magnetized golf towel, another idea within like 5 seconds. Let's go through this and see if we find any other ones. Okay, this is interesting. Looks like a golf cleaner of some kind. Let's see what it looks like. You get a lot of ideas for how to present products in video ads as well.
The Clean Flight personal golf ball washer on Amazon. So I'm going to give it a try today.
All right, so this one's actually an Amazon influencer thing, but I've never seen that product before. I think that's pretty badass. So it's a club cleaner with cleaning stuff. So cool. I would add that one to the list. It's another one to check out. See if we could find one more. And here's another one, which is like a swing training aid. That's like a belt.
What club are you hitting?
So that could be a patented product, but hey, why not check that out and add it to the list? So again, spend an hour or so on TikTok and you will find a whack load of interesting product ideas that you probably have not seen elsewhere and likely haven't seen on the Amazon platform. So the next one that is fairly common in the drop shipping space is a tool called AdSpy, where you can basically search particular keywords to see what popular ads exist on Facebook. Again, one of the strategies I like to use with my Amazon brands is to take things from standard e-commerce D2C brands, what are they doing, and then taking that to the Amazon space, because most Amazon sellers are not paying attention to this kind of stuff, and you can really get a leg up on innovation ideas and strategies that other sellers are not using. So for AdSpy, let's just go into my computer here. All right, so I'm logged into my AdSpy account. They usually have like free month stuff. It's really expensive outside of that. I think it's like 75 or $100 a month after that. So I'll typically only use this in bursts. So I'll do kind of product research in bursts and pay for it for maybe a month, and then I'll discontinue it. So this isn't a software suite you need to keep all the time. But if you're building a brand for the first time, and or you're in that product development, product ideation phase for an existing brand, it's probably worth checking out, because you can definitely find both unique product ideas, product differentiation ideas, and then also kind of video ad ideas, because ads that are successful on Facebook will be really, really successful on Amazon and or on your product listing. So let's just type in golf product and see what we find here. All right, so impact spray. Okay, this is potentially interesting. So it shows you where on the club face the ball hits, and it's obviously an indicator based on the quality of your shot where you actually hit it. So a lot of people use stickers and other kind of markings here, but this impact spray could be pretty interesting in terms of a training tool that probably isn't there on the Amazon space. And again, this is kind of a non-US market. So a cool thing about AdSpy is you can find international product ideas and bring those ideas to the US. The next two that I use are kind of external research hubs that present trends that are happening in the marketplace, either with consumer demands and or specific products. One of those is Glimpse, which is basically a site that will send you, I think it's like a weekly email with different things that are spiking. And the other is Trends, which very similarly presents product reports or research reports on consumers on a monthly basis that will give you ideas on specific niches, not necessarily products, but niches that are cool, and additional product ideas that stem from that. So this isn't great necessarily for taking an existing customer archetype that you already have and finding ideas, but it is good for generating ideas for customer archetypes or spaces that you may want to get into. So Glimpse and Trends are two that you should check out. And then the final one is just simply Google Trends. So you can go onto Google, you can type specific words and see what is trending for that particular area in terms of search volume. Well, there's a lot of search volume, especially for products that happen on Amazon.com. A massive amount of people still use Google to pursue their ideas, to pursue their interests, and to look at niches and product ideas. So you can use the data within Google Trends to identify what's happening in your niche and some ideas that you may want to look at from a product evaluation standpoint. So all these different external strategies in combination can generate dozens of ideas that you may not have otherwise thought of through traditional product research methods.